Hey y'all, iRix Guy here. Now I want to do a comparison between the previous model iMac, which is right here, it's the Haswell iMac, and then the most current model, which is the iMac, with Retina 5K, which is right over there. So, is it worth upgrading? If you've got a current model iMac, which I had, and I'll read the specs off. So, the iMac that I upgraded from was 27-inch. It was the late 2013 Haswell iMac. It had a 3.5 gigahertz Intel Core i7, 32 gigs of RAM, and then I got the 256 gig flash, because obviously flash is the optimal selection if you want to have speed for running your OS, your video editing applications, etc. So it's flash based. And then over here on the 5K iMac with 5K Retina display, I got the 4 gigahertz Intel i7, so you're getting 500 megahertz speed increase there, which is, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. The process, the memory, I got 32 gigs, so both of them had the same amount of memory, 32 gigs. The storage option I got on the iMac with 5K Retina display was the 256 flash. And the reason I do that, and you can check out my other video where I talk about these Vantex, these black things that I have on each side of my computer. The Vantex, that's where I store all of my photos and videos. Stored externally, makes upgrading to a new Mac easy. I've got my time machine on that one. I've got all my storage on the other. In total right now I've got 24 terabytes. 12 terabytes in there, 12 terabytes in there. 12 terabytes for time machine, 12 terabytes for the primary video and photo storage. One other thing I want to talk about, the Haswell iMac that I had, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780M with 4,096 megabytes. And on the 5K iMac, they're no longer using NVIDIA, they're using AMD Radeon R9 M295X with 4,096 megabytes. Now, I will tell you, and this is something I don't know if I attribute this to the small processing power speed boost from, obviously this is 4 gigahertz, and I upgraded from the 3.5 gigahertz, or if I attribute it to the video card, because with Final Cut Pro 10, when you're performing video edits, that video card helps to speed up. That's why I max out my video option on both the Haswell and the 5K with Retina. It helps with the video editing performance. So what I've noticed so far, and we're going to get into the display part later on in this video, what I've noticed so far is that when I export projects in Final Cut Pro 10, that the new iMac 5K with Retina is significantly faster. Now, I haven't really sat down and timed second by second, but I did export the same clip. It was a 4K GoPro clip, and when I exported it from my Haswell Mac, it took significantly longer. And what I mean by significantly longer, a few minutes. And this was just a short clip, but it goes to show that yes, I do, editing as many videos as I do, youtube.com/iRixGuy, I do get a feel for how quickly or how slowly a video exports. And so I've noticed a speed boost there. That's a positive. Now, obviously, it goes without saying, when you turn on the display, even the wallpaper, when you first boot up the iMac 5K with Retina, you're going to notice that the image quality, it's night and day. I mean, I'm not saying that the Haswell display looks extremely nice, don't get me wrong, but when you look at the same image or the same video, on the iMac with Retina 5K display, there is a considerable difference. It's not one of those deals where you look at it and you're like, is this better? Do I think I need this? No, it's significantly better. And where you really notice the difference, and that's just your typical turning it on and looking at the wallpaper and that sort of thing. Where you'll really start to notice the difference is when you're browsing the web, when you're in any sort of application with text. The visual clarity of the text is so much smoother. And now the kicker, when you pull some 4K video clips into the mix, and you watch a 4K video clip, as soon as you watch that, you're going to realize why you're probably not going to want to go back to 1080p full HD, because the level of detail within the 4K video is absolutely mind-blowing. And I mean, I wouldn't say, from my point of view, I wouldn't say it was as significant as what we felt when we went from SD TV to HD TV. But I will say that, after watching and editing HD video for several years now, when you look at 4K, it's a whole new ball game. I mean, we're just getting started, and that's something that's important about this. When I say we're just getting started, this is the first, and maybe there's some others, but to my knowledge, this is the first consumer level computer that has a high quality display such as this. So if you are thinking about getting into 4K video editing, I would definitely consider upgrading, or if you don't already have one, purchasing this iMac with Retina 5K display, because in my opinion the display alone is worth the price. I mean, obviously you're getting an entire computer here, but the display alone is worth it if you want to be an early adopter of 4K video like I am. Now, who this probably would not be good for, if you're wanting to purchase an all-in-one computer, this would likely not be your most affordable option, because in my opinion, unless you're editing video or watching an extensive amount of video that's higher quality than HD, it's probably not going to be that beneficial. Now, if you're a photographer, the level of detail that you can see within photos is absolutely incredible. So from that perspective, if you really want to have the maximum quality display that's available in the market today, this would be something to consider, because for all of the tech that it features, sure, it's expensive, but for all the tech that it features, it does come in at a normal price. I mean, this is priced right in line with the previous generation iMacs. Now, obviously, I got it fully loaded, and actually, I didn't purchase it from Apple fully loaded. I purchased it with 16 gigs of memory, because I knew that I could simply pop in two more 8 gig memory modules and save a few $100. That's what I did. And you can check out my other video on that, where I explain how to upgrade the memory in the iMac with Retina 5K display. It's very simple. And that's the first thing I did. So I maxed it out at 32 gigs. Just like I did with my Haswell iMac over there. So it's a solid performer. Now, obviously, it's something that I've just begun using. So it's not something I can say, oh, this is without a doubt the best iMac ever. I can't make that claim yet, because I haven't used it long enough. But my initial impressions, in comparison to my fully loaded Haswell, which was previous, until this was launched, that was the most powerful and most well-equipped iMac, the performance increase is significant. But in my opinion, it's not significant enough for your non-power user. Non-power user being, you don't care about editing video, you don't care about photography. If you're just looking for something to get online, this would be overkill. But if you're like Irish guy, YouTube.com, /IRIX guy. You need the bleeding edge tools to produce the bleeding edge content. And this is something 4K, we're in its infancy right now. Just kind of like HD was when HD first came out. Obviously, as 4K becomes more prevalent and the price of television sets that are 4K, etc., start to decline, then we're going to see more people using 4K, and we're going to see more 4K camera options, we're going to see more 4K monitor options, etc. But if you want to be an early adopter, I don't think that this is a bad deal at all. I mean, it's so far, like I said, limited hands-on so far. But so far, I mean, it has been a noticeable performance boost, as well as obviously the extremely noticeable visual enhancement. So I hope this video is of value. Feel free to drop me any questions you may have. Again, I've used Macs for many years. I can respond to most anything that you'd like to ask, and check out my other videos. I'm going to post a plethora of videos pertaining to the iMac with Retina 5K display. So this is just one of the initial videos. Check out my unboxing video. Check out my how to upgrade the memory video, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon here on youtube.com/IRIX guy. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe, and most importantly, y'all have a good day.